Hey, what's up everyone? GameDad here, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the collections that I am going for complete sets on. Now, my collection is rather large. I got a few thousand games in it now, but there are two specific sets that for a few years now I have been trying to complete, and that is the Wii U set for North America, and that is a global set for the N64. Now, for the North American Wii U set, I only need 4 more games to complete that set, so I'm very close. A couple of them are pretty reasonably priced, and the other couple of them are not very reasonably priced. So hopefully I will be able to find a deal on them at some point. That way, I don't need a second mortgage in order to afford games. But outside of that, the North American set for my N64 collection, I am, let's check my list here, 11 games away from completing the North American set for N64. And then if you add in the PAL exclusive games, there are another 3 that I'm missing because there's only 4 exclusives for the PAL collection. And then for Japanese games, because I'm just going for the entire set for that because they all look totally different, and there was a bunch of exclusive games on the Japanese set, but I need, another 59 games to complete that. So all in, I don't need that many more to complete a global set for the N64, but I just wanted to go over some of the games that I'm missing. I'm not going to read through a list of 59 Japanese games that I'm missing, but I was going to go over the ones that I'm currently missing for the North American set and what I'm missing for the North American Wii U set. So first up, the couple of Wii U games that are actually more in the affordable range. The cheaper of the two is Warriors Orochi 3 Hyper on the Wii U. And it's not so much that I can't just go online and order it. Same with any of these. I can easily just go online and order them, but that's not fun for me. I like to actually find deals. I like to go to conventions. I like to go out game hunting, things like that, and it's much more fun when I can find one just out in the wild. And unfortunately with Warriors Orochi 3 Hyper, I just haven't seen that game. I have never once seen that game in person. Whether it was when I was on the West Coast or now being in the Midwest, I have never seen that game in person. I've seen pictures of it and stuff like that, of course, but never actually found it out in the wild. So that's the cheapest of the 4 that I'm looking for. And then next up is Cabela Big Game Hunter Pro Hunts. And there are several Cabela games, but the Pro Hunts one I have not been able to find anywhere. And for the cost of what is a normal retail game, it's the same price. It's around 70 bucks online average right now. But finding it out in the wild, I cannot find the stinking game anywhere. So that's another one that I am on the hunt for and eventually will find, and it'll be awesome when I do. Now, the last 2 are definitely more pricey ones, and that is Axiom Verge, the Multiverse Edition. Now, I have that for the Switch, but I have only seen it a couple of times for the Wii U, and it was way higher than what it should have been listed as. If you go online, you can see an average price for that game of around 150 bucks, and that's sealed. If you find it unsealed, it's usually around the $90 range, but the couple of times that I've actually seen it in person, they wanted almost $300 for it, and that's out of the question. I'm not going to pay that much for a game that is worth nowhere near that. It is a fun game, but when I can get it sealed for half the cost, why would I pay double? And then the last one is Book of Unwritten Tales 2. I have never seen this game in person, and it is the most expensive one that is left out of the Wii U list. But again, it's one of those, I just haven't found it in person, and one day I will, and it's going to be a super exciting time when I do. Now, for the North American set of N64 games, I have 11 games remaining, and only 4 of those are actually expensive. And they're not just expensive, they are like stupid expensive. The remainder of them outside of those 4 are actually very reasonable. I just haven't found them anywhere in person yet. So I don't want to go online and just buy them because that's not fun. I would love to find them out in the wild, and slowly but surely I am finding them. It's just taking a long time to do it, which means at this rate, it'll probably be years before I finish the N64 set, but my hope is, or my delusion is, that with those games, it will bring the cost of the other ones that are super expensive back down again. So if you're wondering, yes, one of the most expensive games, or the most expensive N64 game as far as a retail set is Sculptor's Cut, and it is one that I unfortunately do not have. And as of the last time I checked, that game is just over $1,000 loose. And ain't no way that's going to happen. I am not paying $1,000 for a loose N64 game, especially one that's not very good. I mean, I think they added a couple characters to it, and that was about it. But, I mean, Clay Fighter 64 is, it's an okay game. So there's that one as an expensive one. And anyone that has ever collected for N64, they've heard of Sculptor's Cut. It was a Blockbuster exclusive, and it'll be cool to have it in the collection someday, but not for $1,000. Now, the next three that are expensive are half the price or a quarter the price. And those are Stunt Racer, Super Bowling, and then the Gray Kart variant of Turok Rage Wars. All three of those are very expensive games, and someday I will have them, but as for now, I do not. One thing I should mention is I am actually going for all of the variants of cards, so colors, things like that. I'm not doing not for resale editions or anything because those cost thousands and thousands. But other missing games, I am looking for Army Men Air Combat, the Gray Kart variant, Bassmaster 2000, the Gray Kart variant. I'm looking for the Gray Kart variant of Hydro Thunder. I am also looking for Road Rash 64, Gray Kart variant. And then I am also looking for V-Rally Edition 99. I'm looking for, let's see, what is it? Magical Tetris Challenge. That has been one that has eluded me. There is all kinds of magical games and Mickey Mouse and stuff like that. I have not found Magical Tetris Challenge though. But yeah, those are the few games. The most recent one that I picked up was Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2. That one took me many, many months to be able to find, and I luckily found it in one of my recent game hunts, and it was awesome. I was so stoked because just glossing over, it's like, oh, nope, it's Ready to Rumble again, and then I went back and it was like, oh man, no, it's Ready to Rumble 2. But one of the main things that I did whenever I started this channel was going through and talking about all of the various collections that I have and my dreams of one day finishing those collections. And as for N64 and for the Wii U, I'm getting very close to completing those. I do have one other collection where there is only one game left that I need, but that game is just stupid expensive, and that is completing the Virtual Boy set. I almost have a global set. There are a couple Japanese ones that are just, I'm pretty sure, forever going to be out of reach because of how pricey they are. But as for the North American set, I only need one game, and that is Jack Bros. And that game is stupid expensive, like thousands and thousands of dollars. So I don't know if I will ever get it. But yeah, I mean, those are the things that I'm going for. And as a collector, anyone else out there that is a collector, I'm sure you have a very similar feeling. It's the hunt. It's going out and finding the games out in the wild. It is much more fun. I'm sure at some point I may need to buy a couple online if I just can't find them anywhere and it's been years looking for them. But really don't want to do that. I want to be able to find them in the wild and eventually just complete the sets. But yeah, I just wanted to share with all of you where the collection currently stands. Over the past year or so, I actually got rid of a ton of stuff in the collection to be able to pay for other stuff. So I got rid of basically everything I had for my Sega Genesis. I was never really a Genesis kid growing up. I have a few like Retrobit collector's editions that are left, but I got rid of a lot of Genesis. I got rid of a ton of my PS1, PS2, PS3 stuff because I don't play them, I don't collect for them. They sat there on the shelves for years and I never got anything new for those collections. So I didn't feel the need to keep those anymore. And I actually have a bunch more in the collection that I'm going to be offloading and getting rid of during 2024 and going to conventions. So the first one that I have up, I believe, is Midwest Gaming Classic. That's coming up in April. And if you're going to be there, I will have a booth there. And I'm also going to be doing some workshops and stuff there. So I hope to see you there. And maybe I'll have something that you'd be interested in checking out and buying. Hey, GameDad from the future here. While I was editing this video and going through the lists of games that I'm missing and stuff like that, I don't know why I didn't think of it before and why I didn't notice it before, but I feel like I've been tricked by Nintendo because there are an entire series of games and variants that I did not account for in my totals, and that is the Player's Choice variants of games. Now, there are a chunk of them for the North American and Japanese sets, so apparently I'm a little bit further away than I thought for the complete sets because now I'm getting Player's Choice variants. But yeah, back to the video. But if you like this video, let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, please be sure to also hit those like and subscribe buttons, as well as that little notification bell. That way you get an alert every time I got a new video coming out. And if you like this video and you want to check out another one, then go ahead and check out this area right here. And as always, I'm GameDad. I thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later.